coming out of my ears.
I'm coming over.
I just planted a bunch of fall stuff too, just like a bunch of like spinach, red cabbage.
I love to grill okra over an open fire. Have you done that?
You told me about that.
So
yeah.
good, get a little crispy. Are we live?
I think we are live.
Hey, we're live.
Hey.
Welcome to our okra talk.
Welcome to it's Okra Talk with Matt and Brian. Hey, welcome to HB Life. I'm Matt.
I'm Brian.
And this is where we sit around and talk about what's going on in the life of Highland Park Christian Church and celebrate its members and celebrate the different ministries going on and stuff. And we got a really big thing that took several months to kind of put through.
Yes. A lot of sweat
and
labor.
Yeah. And it's the HP Ministry Center.
It's where we're sitting right now.
Yeah. And so this hasn't changed for you because this is where we've been doing it, but we've definitely added a few things.
Formerly known as the Student Union Building.
Yeah, the sub.
It felt right to change the name to encompass more of what it would be.
Yeah.
It still houses our student ministries, but also the 220 Food Pantry, HEIM Counseling Ministry.
Yeah.
There's a couple of classes. There's a quilting group.
Yep.
It's and so there's a event Sunday.
Yep. It's the HB Ministry Center open house. Woo! And so, yeah.
It's going to be very informal.
Yeah.
There's not going to be shrimp and okra. It's just going to be come stop by after the service Sunday.
Yeah.
Before you head home to lunch or wherever you're going.
Yeah.
And but that way you can just kind of come through tour and see everything. I think you'll love to see it.
Yeah. You can check out our studio along with everything else. We are also in the middle of small groups launching.
Yeah.
And so if you have not joined a small group, then you can still do that. Just type group to 228-5718.
Yeah, if you can do that like pronto.
Yeah.
We're actually talking with small group leaders today about where to add a few people and which groups have some room. And so do that like right now if you're thinking about it. But it is a great opportunity to get to know people and to have a meal with people.
Yep.
And pray for people and send little updates about your life. Everybody needs that. And all of our groups have some people from some different walks of life, and it's just really, really good. So I
would say
encourage you enough.
A couple things about groups that, in case anybody's a little concerned, I mean, you're not signing up for a group for life. In fact, we have like 8 weeks or so in the fall, and there's a break for winter break for Christmas and stuff and the holidays, and then we come back in like January or so, and it's another several weeks. And
so you're just signing up for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then if family life changes, you need a season away, that's okay.
And you're also not like saying I will host either by joining a group, and so just hopefully that puts some people at ease.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
so we want people to do that. It's such a valuable part of our lives for Angie and I, just to have that sharing and caring and praying for each other and stuff.
Us too.
Okay, and then yesterday we had a major deal. If you weren't there, then we did a lot of stuff on clipboards.
It was the most clipboards we've
we
ever
did some
had.
Inventory. We walked around the church. No, we didn't do that kind of inventory, but spiritual health inventory.
Yeah.
And spiritual health assessment.
So it was just a way for people to assess where am I spiritually healthy and where do I need to grow, and what are some resources that I can find to help myself grow. And so it's not something that people have to share with anybody. But the wise people will share it with at least one person because they want to grow and they want some help growing. And so if you did not take it yet, you can still jump online and find all of that at hbtulsa.com/spiritual health. And you can find all of that there. It doesn't take long. Everybody in the church went through most of it in about 8 minutes. And it was interesting from my vantage point on the stage. I just kind of moved to the side, and we gave people that time, and people were really, really engaged.
Yeah, I noticed before you were ready They were, and you did too. They were already starting to dive in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, they're already starting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you caught it and you said, hey, we don't start yet.
Yeah. That was funny, but it was great because people were really engaged, and I just was going around and seeing different people, and just kind of kept seeing how engaged they were, and I was kind of looking for the right time to pause it, but I want to encourage people to do that and then follow up. And it was interesting in our small group last night. Somebody had been to a kind of test group of people that we had walked through several months ago with some of our ministry team leaders, and they just noticed how it was different when they took it yesterday. They had some different scores and realized there's some areas where they've grown and some areas where they need to grow now.
Yeah.
And so it was really helpful for them.
And that's actually what I was going to say. That's one of our goals is that it can be something that people can visit again and again throughout their lives, because you have different things going on. You have different influences and different friendships that kind of, as iron sharpens iron. And so you do grow and you also kind of get out of habits.
Yeah. We also have extra print assessments and resources in our library, which is downstairs.
Okay.
Walk in, first shelf on the left is all dedicated to that.
Right. And we've got all the resources you said online. And what's nice about that is if you're an online user, you can just click on it and each one of them has a hot link. So it takes straight to whatever resource it is.
Yeah.
Either downloads it or takes you to that website or that video channel on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And so kind of thinking about all those, like what are some of those ones that like are there spiritual health resources in there that you really kind of get excited about working on?
Yeah, the worksheets, we have some worksheets. So it's not like reading even a whole book.
Yeah.
But I like stuff that's like engage my mind and work through. And so several of them are like that. So I walked through one of those worksheets with a group just last week on how to study the Bible, just a simple template for studying the Bible. And it was really cool to see people like engaging me, like, oh, this is something I can use every day. It's not complicated. It's not tough. I can just go through this process of studying my Bible every day and reading it thoroughly and deeply. And so those kind of things really appeal to me. And I think there's something in there for anybody, though. If you want to like to listen to stuff, watch a video, read a book, all of those options are there.
I think one of the things that I love doing is like doing like things where I'm discovering how God has built me and made me for ministry. And oftentimes it's not a surprise. It's just a confirmation that God's using me the way that he wants to. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. And sometimes it just maybe brings some clarification to it. But so I think that's what we got today. And I think that we would say we want to leave you with, if there's anything on that spiritual health resource thing that kind of looks exciting, or what is something that you are interested in trying?
Yeah.
And would you just put that in the chat, or you can text it to us as well at 918-228-5718. We'd love to hear from you. But that's it for now.
And we'll see you at the open house next week.
Yeah, see you at the open house. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.